But Malcolm, I also want to ask you, where are we prophetically? Because, Israel celebrated her 75th anniversary back in April and May. Of 75 years in fulfillment of biblical prophecy. We have seen extraordinary prophecies being fulfilled over the past 75 years. But where would you say we are today on God's prophetic time clock when it comes to Israel?
Well, I think, first of all, biblical prophecy validates the timing of a covenant. You see, so that's very important. Biblical prophecy validates the timing of a covenant. So the foundation of Israel's restoration today and her 75th anniversary is nothing else than the Abrahamic covenant. How wonderful God is that over a period of 4,000 years, he's honored his promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and the nation. We are at a place in time now where a biblical covenant, when it's triggered like it is now again, after 2,000 years of dispersion and exile, means that something highly significant is about to take place in Israel. And that's exactly what happened when they returned from the first exile to Babylon. They came back to the land, they built their institutions, they resurrected the country, and Jesus came to Bethlehem. Then they were dispersed to the four corners of the earth, and they've come back again. And I promise you now, we are on the cusp of the return of the Messiah. In a nutshell, that is where we are, because the prophetic scriptures only validate the timing of a covenant and its further advancement. And so that's where we are. Absolutely. We're on the cusp of one of the greatest moments in human history, but it's going to ignite one of the greatest conflicts the world has ever seen, because the powers of darkness are determined to do everything to liquidate the Jewish people in order to frustrate the coming of the Mashiach. They did the same at his birth. They murdered every child. They killed all the children 2 years and under. There was this plan to liquidate the Jewish people. And the Jewish people today came out in a way like these dry bones of the ovens of Auschwitz, a people that was so liquidated, burned and gassed and decimated. Nevertheless, God put them on their feet again. I tell you, my friends, I tell you now, we are on the verge of something incredible. But it's going to be a spiritual fight of great proportions, and Christians are going to have to stay the course. And their foundation is not prophecy. Their foundation is promises, the promises God gave to Abraham.
Amazing. That was incredible. So just to let you know, we've still got 5 minutes left. So if you do have a question for Malcolm, please do send them in. I think we should bring your good friend in, David Elms. And I'm sure that David has got probably a question or something that he'd like to ask you. I'm pretty sure he has.